Happy Friday, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. I'm your friendly neighborhood PM here to give you your top 3 market points of the week. What a choppy week it's been. So let's not waste any time and get you right onto your weekend, and let's kick it off at point number 3. At point number 3 was Lululemon reporting their quarterly earnings. Now, Lulu did beat on revenue, earnings, and margins. However, they issued a weaker than expected guidance going into 2025, causing the stock to fall over 10%. Now, the guidance was a result of a challenging macroeconomic environment, as well as the evolving tariff and trade policy we continue to see. So, consumers, as a result, are expected to tighten up their budgets a little bit and maybe not spend so much on discretionary spending. Now, this is not a differentiated viewpoint or guidance that we've seen from a lot of companies like this. We saw rival Nike not too long ago, just a couple of weeks ago, issue a very similar sentiment and guidance going into 2025. So as the environment and this economy continues to develop, we're going to be more cognizant of where consumers are spending their money. At point number 2, you probably guessed it, it's more tariff talks, but specifically this time it's auto tariffs. Now, the Trump administration came out this week and announced an additional 25% tariff on all auto imports. Now, what that's going to do is continue to strain relationships with a lot of our trade partners. And you could probably guess a lot of who those are, given the foreign-made cars that you often see on the road. Countries like Japan, Germany, Mexico, Canada, from manufacturing standpoints. So what this is going to end up resulting in is higher prices for the end consumer and probably less options to pick from as imports potentially slow down. So if you're planning on buying a new car, I'd encourage you probably try to get it done as soon as possible because these tariffs are going to go into effect on April 3rd. And then finally, point number 1, still more on the macroeconomic front, is core PCE coming in a little bit hotter than expectations. So core PCE rose 0.4% in the month of January and 2.8% over the last year. This is a little bit hotter than economists expected. And on top of that, we also had personal spending data come in, and that was weaker than expectations. So what this kind of goes to show is that the overall macroeconomic front in the U.S. economy is starting to cool off a little bit. You also pair that with ongoing inflationary pressures from tariffs, as well as a slowing labor market, and you don't have the exact recipe for a robust, thriving economy at this current moment, given the data picture. So, like we always go to say, Chairman Powell and the Fed do like to use the core PCE standing as their preferred inflationary gauge. And if they see that that's hotter than expected, they're not going to be in a rush to cut interest rates like we've talked about. Now, that does it for your top 3 points this week. What are we looking to for next week? Well, next week, it's going to be the other side of what Chairman Powell likes to see, and that's the labor market. So we've got non-farm payrolls, unemployment coming out next week, and that's going to be extremely important because, like I said, the Fed likes to view the labor market and prices when figuring out their decision-making frameworks when it comes to interest rates. So we're going to keep you posted on that next week. That pretty much does it for this week's video. As always, if you have additional questions, please reach out to your financial advisor. And if you don't have one, please hit the link below and we'll get you connected with one. But otherwise, please dig into the written weekend review. And as always, as the weather starts to improve, go and enjoy your weekend and we'll keep you informed next week and we will see you at the exact same time. So as always, have a great weekend and we'll see you next week. Thanks again.